first this morning. We are continuing to follow the investigation into a home explosion yesterday in West Knox County. That explosion leaving one home destroyed and another with minor damage.
And this morning we're hearing from a neighbor and a witness on what they saw and heard. 6 on Your Side reporter Dominic Webster brings us the story from the Choto community.
The 10,000 square foot home has been reduced to rubble following that explosion. A call came in around 1 in the afternoon. When Rural Metro arrived on the scene, the house was already engulfed in flames. This was the scene off Blue Water Way in West Knox County, a scene that neighbors say left them shocked that something like this was happening in their neighborhood.
I was scared about the fire, the woods, and everything. They hosed my house down too, so they did a good job. But that's the loudest explosion I've ever been around. I mean, it shook the house. So, knocked the frame pictures off our bedroom, which is on the other side.
That explosion being heard from far away. One fisherman out on the water when it happened details what he heard and what he saw.
We were over, I guess, near Turkey Creek area, probably about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles away. And we heard this, it wasn't a fire, it was a loud boom. We heard a really loud boom, almost sounded like tannerite. Somebody shot tannerite and it was extremely loud. I almost could feel it. So we knew something was up. And then we saw the black smoke.
This is what awaited them as they rounded the corner into the cove where the home was situated. When Rural Metro arrived, we were told the house was reduced to rubble, firefighters having to deal with strong winds and other factors that made battling the blaze more difficult.
The problem you've got is a debris field, and then you've got debris on top of debris. So now you have a fire at different layers. Now we have to basically dig apart and dig down to get to where the seat of the fire may be. To get some of these one-off neighborhoods that are way off the road, down next to the lake, beautiful places, but the problem is you don't have a big enough water line to have a fire hydrant on it, which makes it hard for us.
The nearest fire hydrant was just over a mile away from the scene, and according to Randy Maltzberger, who lives next door to the home, no one was there at the time of the explosion.
Luckily, he wasn't here. You can see what devastation it did. And it did it quick. Within 30 minutes, it burned the main part burned. So it was something you don't want to see.
Billy Davis was one of the first people to see the fire. He and the people on his boat were worried when they saw the initial devastation, but are now breathing easier, knowing no one was hurt.
We were relieved, you know, that was the first thing that crossed our mind was I hope nobody was home. And we didn't see any neighbors out either, too, so it was kind of, it was scary.
You heard from Jeff Bagwell just a moment ago detailing some of the difficulties they faced in fighting this fire. He told us they did use a pump to get water from the lake to the scene, but relied heavily on those tanker trucks moving water from the hydrant to where the trucks were being staged. There was also minimal damage to the home of Randy Maltzberger. One window was shattered and a gutter was damaged by a window pane that flew from the neighbor's home as it exploded. Luckily, no one was injured.
Well, Rural Metro telling 6 News 3 fire departments responded: Rural Metro, Loudoun County, and the city of Knoxville.
The cause of the explosion and fire remain under investigation at this time. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more.